Howdy folks! I'm gonna go ahead and jump right in. After having read the article, Garcia, reflect on the use of terms and labels to refer to emergent bilingual students that you have encountered in literature or in practice. I think using encouraging and positive language is always really important characteristic when referring to anyone in the classroom, always being considerate of other people's desires and what they want to be referred to is like my number one goal. I was fortunate enough to coach a color guard team, the flag line, at Springdale High School a couple of years back, and a majority of my students, like I had one or two students that were not Spanish first language students, so most of my kids were bilingual. And I just had like no awareness or even like considered them as anything but just my students. Luckily enough, all of them were pretty fluently bilingual at that point and spoke both languages really well, to where it never created a barrier that I had to really consider. But looking back on my team, it just really makes me think about how I looked past that and how I should, as a teacher, be more mindful of that in the future. What are the potential advantages and drawbacks of these terms? I didn't even touch. I think I'll go into it now. I think most of the advantages of using positive language when referring to these students is all about uplifting their voices that frequently go unheard. I stand by using the term that they prefer, but after reading Garcia's article, I will definitely be defaulting to the term emergent multilingual students. Centering these students' titles around their accomplishments just feels fitting instead of putting them down and making them feel like they're any less than. I just think if I could have brought that into my experience coaching these kids who are bilingual, I would have been an even better coach at the time. And I can only reflect on that now. What is the assumption that ESL is or would be just good teaching? And I said this just good teaching approach is really fascinating to me. I would describe it as a pedagogical ideology claiming if you are a good teacher, you would be reaching emergent multilingual students. After reading this article, I definitely don't agree with that. I think that just being a good teacher and using graphic organizers and doing hands-on activities is the bare minimum. Like, that's what we should all be doing. Those are the things we learn to do in our undergrad and in our educational journeys to becoming a teacher. So saying like, oh, if you're just a good teacher, you'll reach those students that have special and specific needs feels like it's undermining how difficult it is and how much work you should be putting into teaching these students with these very particular and specific needs. At the end of the day, science just shows that that is not enough and that it doesn't reach those students. If I encountered a teacher at a school who was saying ESL is just good teaching, how would I respond to that person? What I said is I would really start to question their pedagogical practices. And I would probably do some research into local professional development to recommend for them, or just resources to direct them towards, because at the end of the day, getting upset at other teachers for just being uninformed is not productive to our school system or our society. So hopefully, if not through personal experience, I could direct these people to higher up educational studies resources, practices, professional development to really uplift our community and create a more inclusive set of teachers so that we could really be benefiting all of our students in our communities, not just the ones that look and talk like us. Thank you.